It's the Lynch and Taco Shows. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The highlights and, unfortunately, the lowlights that stood out this past week in the vast sea we call humanity.
101.1. I'm Pat Lynch. Taco Bob, you ready?
Ready.
Get your Good News Network. Fire it up there, or you do that here in a few minutes.
That's next.
Oh, God, John, your to-do list.
I'm going to try to motivate you to go through those bad ones quickly.
You are the picture of organization, if I do say so myself.
We all have systems.
Yeah.
These are mine.
Some more so than others. Anyway, top of the heap, I've got this attack on Israel by Hamas at number one. If you have even seen a glimpse of some of the aftermath and the horrors that human beings are capable of doing this.
I don't even want to.
It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. 2 arrested in that shooting that happened outside the Publix earlier this week.
I mean, of course it's going to go worse because things are cranking up more and more and more. Okay, what was that now?
They did make 2 arrests in that shooting of the 17-year-old in the parking lot of Publix in Celebration. A 17-year-old and an 18-year-old.
So somebody turned in the kid or kids now that the guy who got shot wouldn't turn in.
Some of the local news outlets won't publish their mugshots or say their names because, well, they're teenagers. We're not one of those outlets. Morel Dion Lee, 17. And an 18-year-old, which I don't know why they're not publishing, Maliki Blabes mugshots. Those 2 are now in custody for that. Get a guy in Polk County, 23-year-old Jacob Thompson. He's from Winter Haven. Stopped at the Pilot Travel Center on State Road 60 in Bartow to apply for a job. No one was available at the time to talk to him about his application. They said, hey, come back on Monday, and we'll discuss it then. That was when he decided to leave the gas station and promptly carjacked someone from West Palm Beach.
Sir?
And stole their Cadillac.
Sir, we're not going to hire you.
He got on the road, was out on US 27, eventually got onto I-4, and then OnStar shut him down. Turned off the engine remotely. We got 6 people arrested in a sexual predator sting, including an Apopka after-school care employee. Yeah,
you mentioned that one earlier in the week.
This is another Polk County operation, 7-day undercover deal.
Good job, Polk County, busting them. You guys are all sickos, the ones doing it.
The social studies teacher in Winter Springs, inappropriate relationship teacher-student, the 15-year-old. Let's never learn. Lucas Crittlebaugh. And some bad news. It's more of the sad news and an update to some of the good news from last week. That 104-year-old skydiver, Dorothy Hoffner, who became the oldest woman to skydive.
I saw.
She kicked the bucket a couple days later after setting the world's record.
She made us all feel good watching her video coming down, you know, and at least she got to do that before she passed. 104. I don't know if Oma at 103 could skydive.
That's Bob's grandmother.
I guess she could because, I mean, it's really up to the person that's with you, you know?
Couple other good news things before we turn it over to Mr. Good News Network himself. Now's the time to open it up.
Got it.
Okay. 22-year-old surfer on the Jersey Shore saved a drowning deer. It had become stranded on a big rock.
This has happened a couple times. We've seen this, and they put it on their board. It's going to give them a lot of dings, though.
Jumped in the water, helped the buck get back to shore when it promptly ran off.
That's cool.
Mattress Mac, he's the furniture guru in Houston.
He does all the big bets, like Super Bowl bets and whatever.
That's what you normally hear. It tied into promotions at his mattress and furniture stores. Well, he went ahead and ponied up $50,000 to add to the fund to help out Mary Lou Retton, who is currently in intensive care fighting a very rare form of pneumonia, fighting for her life, and she has no insurance.
Yeah.
It's now up to $375,000.
Good on Mattress Mac, man. That's cool.
And 8 orphaned manatees recently caught a flight from Ohio to Florida to be released back into the wild. 3 different zoos in Cincinnati, Columbus, and Tampa worked with SeaWorld to rehabilitate them.
That one was the lead story on the Good News Network that I just saw, Pat. As we go to the Good News Network, did you see the contraption and the setup that they had to do for those manatees?
Get ready to get powed, by the way.
They were saying all the technicians, props to them for what they did to save these manatees. We like our manatees, man. We even gave them a license plate. Pow! We have, you ready? World's record. It could be a world's record. We have a wiener dog, a dachshund, gave birth to so many puppies that it might be a world's record. Look at that. I'm not one for oh, that's cute, but look at that.
Well, wieners do come in packs of multiples.
11.
Yeah.
11, count them. And they are cute little puppies if you want to see them yourself. Congrats to that mom.
It's more dogs than in the Bar S hot dogs that are on sale in Dixie, we've been told.
Man, I bet that mom's nipples hurt. Pow! That's some dumb car. Now I'm looking at a story. Oh, how about this? A mom and a daughter reunited as co-workers.
Did it feel so good?
Yeah, because it did. Because not only did they reunite after years, but they reunited with a nurse that saved their life 30 years ago. They had this cruise ship, right? I'm reading it as I go. They have this cruise ship. And I opened this one. Now I got to get out of it. They have this cruise ship where it's a hospital. So people get on it. They make them better, help them out and everything. The mother and daughter work on it, as volunteers. And they ran into this lady that saved their lives 30 years ago. How? I don't know. But we have news on gingers, Pat, redheads. Scientists.
Wait, hold on, back it up.
I don't need a pal for that one. That was cool, but it was too confusing. I had to open it. I just want a headline.
Confusing himself.
I don't want to open a story. Scientists proved that gingers are totally normal, having been around for millions of years in other species. I don't know how that makes them normal. They still use left-handed desks. No. Huh? No, something about their freckles and pow! Every freckle on a redhead, the saying. It's something like, how about this?
Stop being so hateful and hurtful.
I'm just saying what I've heard.
I'm going to go to my cry place.
Don't. We have a room for you right over there. Painting. You ready for this? A painting of Jesus' birth was valued at $15,000, right? Guess what? It turned out to be a monumental Rembrandt, big painter dude. $18 million.
Big painter dude.
18 mil, Pat. They thought it was 15,000. I don't even like art, and I would love that thing hanging on my wall.
What's that? That's the picture of Jesus' birth.
That is a very cool one. But 18 mil.
Immaculate conception.
I'd have to sell it. Pow!
Profiting off of Jesus.
I'd feel bad. I'd put more in the collection basket on Sundays.
Speaking of profiting,
there's another dog story. I already did one of those. We have this one. Pretty cool. We have a lady that was born without an arm. That's not cool. Brushing and flossing. Flossing's nearly impossible unless you got flossies, right? Because, how would you, Pat? You'd master the thing of putting the floss on your pointer finger and your birdie finger and going, duck, 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 duck.
Probably use her feet.
No, well, yeah, she could. Mm-hmm. She's busy probably painting with those. But anyway, so she was born without an arm.
The Rembrandt.
I don't even know if she flosses, to be honest. But she was born without an arm. She now has a realistic prosthetic with, wait for it, painted on freckles and acrylic nails. Pow! All right, we're exiting the Good News Network. I think I just got dizzy off that last pow.
Lynch and Taco's commercial-free Workday Rock Block coming up at 8.
Oh.
Lynch and Taco on demand. Download the iHeartRadio app.